Hello everyone, welcome to 317 Auto. My name is Mark. Thanks for joining me here today on the channel. Excited to bring to you today this 2022 Toyota Corolla XSE Hatchback. As you can see, this is just a really cool, fun looking little hatchback. The color is blue flame. This car, as you see it sitting here today, stickered at $28,684. Just an amazing bargain when I go through all the features and how well this car is equipped for that price point. Not to mention, it is just a fun, good-looking little hatchback. It is definitely an eye-catcher going down the road and in the parking lot. One of the first options that makes this unique is the two-tone color combination with the black roof and the black side mirrors, and then also the black spoiler on the back. That is a $500 option, but just really gives it a unique appearance with the two-tone with the black top and the blue flame bottom on. Another thing that you might notice over a base Corolla, given that this is the XSE package, is the 18-inch alloy two-tone wheels, which in my mind for a stock wheel is just a really, really good-looking wheel. Another thing that's an option on this car in that $28,000 price is this large rear spoiler, which I think just gives it just a really sporty look and really adds to the lines coming off the roof line, and with the way the back of the hatchback slopes down. It's just a really, really cool look on this little hatchback. As we look at the rear of this hatchback, another option that I really like is the black emblem package. To access the rear hatch, there is an opening just on the bottom of the hatch with a soft touch button. You just press that and the hatch pops right up. This hatch area is not huge by any means, but it is a, it is a small compact hatch. So you wouldn't expect it to be a huge amount, but definitely enough to get a couple of small suitcases in there, etc. So here's a look inside the rear hatch with the seats folded down to give you an idea of the room you have. Now let's take a look at the inside of the Toyota Corolla. One of the first things you'll notice when you get inside the Toyota Corolla is really just how nice the fit and finish and the materials are on the inside of the cabin. You've got soft touch materials pretty much everywhere on the dash, and as well over on the doors and the armrests on the doors as well. You'll see here the 8-inch infotainment center. You've got both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto built into this infotainment system. This is touchscreen as well, and it is really pretty responsive to the touch. You've actually got dual climate control for both driver and passenger. I like that you still have physical buttons to change your settings. This does have a leather wrapped steering wheel, which is quite nice. And the other thing I want to point out is all the controls that you have on the steering wheel here. I want to talk just a little bit about the safety features that this car has that are standard. Were not additional options on this, which are really, really quite impressive. The fact that you have lane departure right here and the fact that it's just a one button touch to turn it on. You'll see it in the upper left there where it gives you the two lines of the road. You hit the button again and it turns it off. I really, really like that feature because A lot of times when you're driving around town, you're not going to want that on, but yet if you get out on the highway, just a one touch button to turn that on and you're good to go, which is really nice. It also has adaptive cruise control that is included. This is the button here to control the adaptive cruise control. So you turn cruise on, you'll see it in the green in the upper left-hand corner there. You hit this button and that controls the distance. You'll see the 3 bars there change and controls the distance of the adaptive cruise control. Just really outstanding safety and comfort features here at this price point. Also, blind spot warning as well in the mirrors, which is really nice. The backup camera on the 8-inch display. Really the graphics quality are quite nice on it. You have the lines with the sensors on it as well. This also has cross rear warning on it as well. So really just about every feature from a safety and driver convenience perspective that you would want. This does have 2 driving modes, normal and sport. You've got a button down here just in front of the gear shift for sport mode. And if you press the sport mode button, you'll notice that the display changes on the instrument cluster and goes from that blue to a crisp, bright red, just to make it a little sportier looking and to remind you that you are in sport mode as well. And really, again, just the graphics display on this is really outstanding. Now let's talk a little bit about the back seat in the hatchback. And this is probably really the only drawback I can find to this car, in that it is definitely snug. Bear in mind, I have this seat where I would be positioned driving in the front passenger or front driver's seat. And as you can see, it's really, really tight for someone of my size. But granted, this vehicle is not intended for 6 feet plus individuals. But we'll go around to the other side and show you what it's like when you move the seat up in the passenger side. So now we're getting in the passenger side with the seat moved forward, and obviously it's a little tight to get into, but once I'm in, I do have plenty of leg room, and it's tight on the headroom, but it's adequate. One thing I want to point out about the back seat of this is that you've got drink holders in each armrest on each door, and also has the piano black finish on it as well. So you've got drink holders on the doors in the rear, as well as in the center armrest of the back seat as well. So places for 4 drinks in the back of the vehicle, and places for 4 drinks in the front of the car as well. So definitely not a shortage of drink holders in this little hatchback. All right, driving the Toyota Corolla Hatchback XSE here on 317 Auto. We're just going to take this for a little spin around town, and we'll give you our driving impressions of this fun little hatchback. So one of the first things I noticed in this car really is just how tight and quiet it is. Very, very little wind noise in this little hatchback, which is really quite amazing. There is a little bit of road noise, but that is predominantly just from the tires. A swap out to a set of Michelins would minimize that a little bit. But just overall, I am just really impressed with the comfort of this car. We are on a divided highway right now, and just to talk a little bit about the performance from a specs perspective, this has an inline 4 cylinder, 2 liter engine producing 169 horsepower. And you may say, well, wow, only 169 horsepower. But quite frankly, you know, this is a small wheelbase light vehicle, and the 169 horsepower really accelerates this vehicle just fine. It's got, you know, good throttle response on it. You know, it's pretty sensitive, and, you know, it moves right along pretty quickly. Now, granted, you're not going to break any 0 to 60 records in this, but, you know, that's not what this car is about. It's about just, you know, being fun and sporty, you know, and good looking, and being a great commuter car, if you will. You know, and, you know, it gets 32.9 miles to a gallon is what this car is actually averaging in real world driving. And one of the things that really stands out to me in this little hatchback is the ride quality. Another thing that I'm really impressed with in this vehicle is just the comfort level of it. As mentioned in previous videos, I'm 6'3", 200 pounds, so, you know, a fairly good sized individual. And, you know, I'm just more than comfortable in this car. So, and have, you know, just tons of headroom, plenty of leg room. The ergonomics on it are very good. The center console is still within reach for me, and the seats have nice bolstering in them, both on the side and on the thigh support, and I find them really very comfortable. You could easily take this car, you know, on a long trip, and I would be completely fine out on the highway for hours. And enjoy the driving experience. All right, so we have the hatchback in sport mode. Gonna drive it a little more aggressively and see how we feel about it. We've got some roundabouts coming up here. We're gonna rip through these a little bit. You know, it just darts right through them. Definitely got a little bit of body roll in it, but that's to be expected, I think. You know, it's not a super tight suspension, but that also is, you know, what gives you good ride quality in it as well. This thing just, you know, scats around, changes lanes, darts around corners, you know, in just a fun way. I think if you drive this car the way it's intended and meant to be driven, I think you'd be very happy with it. If you're looking for, you know, a really high performance hot hatch, there are other options out there for you. They're going to be, you know, twice as much. And then you're not going to get 33 miles to the gallon either. I just want to summarize my driving impressions and overall impressions of this Toyota hatchback, the Corolla XSE, and just say, you know, this is just a great little car. You know, great ride quality, great fit and finish. It's very comfortable to ride in and drive. Performance is, you know, in line with the specs of what you would expect for it. And, you know, overall, it's a great looking, fun hatchback. And, you know, that's the best way I can describe this car. You know, bang for the buck at $28,000 for a brand new car with Toyota quality and a full warranty, and all the features and functionality and safety features that are built into this car. I'm just really quite impressed. Hey, that's going to wrap it up here today of my review of the Toyota Corolla Hatchback XSE here on 317 Auto. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch and being part of the channel and this experience with me. And we'll see you again on 317 Auto.